Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. Hey, what's up? We made it to Friday. I feel like we put in a long spiritual week. Did we have a serious spiritual work week? I feel like we did overtime. Did we get some overtime this week? This is going to be an amazing spiritual paycheck. For real, direct deposit, please. So congratulations, we made it another week. We've done some more universal laws. We've gotten some really great messages from the herbs and the flowers. And I don't know, did we do any trees this week? Maybe that's what we should do today. I wasn't sure what deck to pull from today. Maybe we should sit with the trees. We did get a lot of messages to ground. I remember that. Yesterday we got a lot of messages to, bring more beauty into our life and, really love ourselves up. And interestingly enough, last night, I pull oracle cards for myself sometimes while I'm in bed. I love to go to bed early. So at 9 o'clock, I'm super totally ready for bed, teeth brushed, everything. And I climb into bed and I always say, I made it. It's the ultimate goal to get into bed again. I made it, but I don't actually sleep. I probably don't fall asleep until midnight, but I love to be in bed. And I took to bed with me 3 different decks, and it was such an interesting reading. So I pulled 2 cards from each deck, in a column. And they were all interconnected, even though the decks were they were different decks. And I pulled 2 messages to nurture myself. And that was with Mother Mary and Archangel Michael. And it was just this incredible message coming in for me to, to make my own path, to stop worrying about pleasing others or what they think or if they approve of me, because I'm going to have to be able to do my own thing, right? And to nurture myself and just, quit procrastinating. That was another message, to quit procrastinating and, just to be guided by grace and, keep doing what I'm doing and more of it. So I heard it loud and clear last night. Yesterday's podcast here with you, though, it wasn't that. I got the permission slip to be honest yesterday. Can I be honest with you? That is such a fun thing to allow yourself to do, because you just keep on spewing out the honesty then. And last night my decks were can I be honest with you? So I'm pumping up that self-love. It was a full moon last night. Definitely feeling it. Definitely. I'm going through another cycle. I definitely cycle with the moon. I'm aware of that. And I'm also going through another cycle of another episode of Where is My Lover? So the full moon definitely brought that out to me, but I had so much spiritual support. It was okay. It was better than the last time that I felt like this, because I was allowing myself to be held within spirit and allowing myself to just love myself and, know that everything is the way it is, and you don't need to settle for anything less. Hello, knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Me. You don't need to settle for anything less. I just want you to hear that. Don't settle for anything less than what you are worth. And you are worthy of a genuine, true love. And if you can't have that with someone else right now, then just nurture that within you, with yourself, and with your higher self and your guides and with your God, source, creator, all that is, and nurture that with all your relationships, your friendships, your family, your coworkers. Like, just start to get more love into everything you do. Get more love going on with nature, with the plants, with herbs, with your learning, with your breathing, with the sun coming up in the morning. Like, there's a lot of stuff to love. Hey, I was going to say there's a lot of shit to love, but I'm actually trying to clean up my language. Aren't you so proud? Yeah, now that I've been like making more appearances like with live streams and videos, I have been not cursing as much. And interestingly enough, like as my vibration goes up a little higher, I'm not swearing as much. I know, that's a real big disappointment to all my F word lovers. I'm sure they'll still slip out, good Lord. But yeah, I have noticed that, things are shifting. Shit is shifting within me. Faux show. All right, so what was it? We're on number 41 today, because the law of honesty was number 40. And all I wrote down on my notes was, we must be honest with ourselves and others. Spiritual laws must be followed just like gravity. So it's like, it's not that we're getting punished or anything for not following these spiritual laws, but they are in effect just like gravity. So it's not that you're being punished when your life gets crazy. It's just you're not following some spiritual laws. So that's why we're going through all 105 of them. Even if some of them are a far stretch of the imagination, I just kind of want to cover all my bases because I'm tired of manifesting crap. Like, really. I also wrote down that if fear stops us from expressing ourselves, like if out of fear we don't express our feelings and our needs, let alone our creative expression and all that, it will cost us a sense of energy and spirit. So if you are lethargic AF and you just feel like you have no purpose in life, and it's just like, dang, like, check yourself. Like, are you holding back? Are you stopping yourself from expressing yourself? Do you have feelings? Do you have needs that are not being met, and that you can't even feel like you can express the fact that you need and want that stuff? Like, that will zap you. That will zap your ass. See, my ego's like, oh no, we not stopping swearing. Oh no, we not, can't stop, won't stop. All right, so today's law of identity. And I'm interested to read this. It doesn't look long. I don't pre-read if I can. I like to not pre-read. I like to be surprised. All right, so here's number 41, the law of identity. Who am I? Good Lord. But let's even see if that's what it's about, because sometimes, it's so different than what you would think. All right, number 41, the law of identity. This law pertains to the individual right of all to create one's own beingness. It applies to the time spent between incarnations as well as third dimensional incarnational experiences. When an entity merges with the great central sun/God, the entity still may separate to accomplish something and will possess his/her individual identity. Did you think it was going to talk about the central sun? Surprise! Okay, there it is. So let's just review here. What the heck did I just read? This law is all about our individual right to create one's own beingness. So you have a right to be yourself. I have a right to be myself. And it's creating one's own beingness. So this is right now in our third dimensional incarnation, but it's also the time spent between incarnations. So yeah, we all go back to God. We all go back to spirit. We all go back to creator. All it is, source, mother, father, goddess, God, whatever you want to call it. This great central sun. We all go back to the great central sun. We merge, we reemerge. But we can always separate to accomplish something and will possess our individual identity. So that basically means like you live forever. That's what I hear about that. Of course, like we could kind of be like, well, I heard you don't reemerge with source until you do that. I don't know. I really don't know. I guess we'll find out, won't we? I guess someday we will find out. But basically it's like you will always be you, and you have a right to be, you have a right to have your own sense of beingness. Like even when, like today I woke up and like I really do want spirit to fill me up and be with me and guide me and direct me. And just like, what was it? Wednesday, we did the law of higher will. I really do want to be guided by my higher self and my higher will, and do things for the greater good, right? For the good of the all. But even when you hand yourself over, like, spirit, fill me and guide me, and I'm now now I work for you, you still have your own sense of beingness. Always, always, always. So yeah, just know that, and know that it's your right to do that. And that really works in with yesterday's law of honesty. It's like, oh, well, if I feel entitled to have my own sense of beingness, as I should, as all people should, then we should not feel held back in any way to express ourselves and be ourselves. And yeah, just have our own unique identity. So there it is. All right, let me grab the trees. Let me drink some more dandelion root coffee. I wish it was coffee. That was a Freudian slip. Let's get ourselves something warm to drink. Let's sit down with the trees. And yeah, we'll definitely do the trees today. All right, I'm going to grab the trees and let's do this. So while I was drinking my tea, I was just thinking that, like just like how my language is getting a little more refined, I can tell that my energy has shifted in another way because I'm wanting to listen to different songs. So yeah, I had an energetic shift with this full moon. Thank you, full moon. It was about fucking time. But like my songs have shifted to more of a little bit of a higher vibration. Like the other day when the Whitney Houston song popped into my head, like Higher Love, that's on my playlist now. Just some more like uppity songs. And it's funny because like the songs that I was listening to last week, like when I listen to them now, they seem a little bit too lower or something. So it's music for me is an interesting gauge to kind of just see like how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, and to see that it shifted now. I'm like, yes, finally, good job. So just thought I would share that. All right, so I have the Wisdom of Trees Oracle in front of me. This is by Jane Struthers. It says inspirational cards for wisdom and guidance. And, like we're doing the law of identity. And yeah, it's like trees are actually the perfect thing to just show that like, you can't just group trees together because there's so many different types of trees. Like they actually are good representation of having their own sense of beingness, especially some of these trees from Asia that are in here. So yeah, like the papal is totally different than the oak tree, and juniper and all types of trees up in here. As pomegranate, I don't think we ever pulled pomegranate before. I'm just looking at the back of the box. This deck was inspired by the serene and majestic beauty of nature and rich with insights from spiritual traditions from around the globe. Yeah, it really is. It really, really, really is. It helps us gain awareness of ourselves and relationships and where you are headed. So there's only 40 cards in this deck, but they're really fun. And yeah, very good. Let's see. Reconnect with the natural world and discover your true sense of self. Very cute. All right, so let's open this up. We'll get a little tree, a little tree thing going on. I'm just curious if she has a layout in the front of the book. Sometimes they come with their own special spreads. I don't know, but this is a really sweet book. And when I first got it, I did read the intro. She just does past, present, future. Yeah, we know how to do that. Ooh, she does have a horseshoe spread with 7 cards. The horseshoe spread. This 7-card spread is a classic tarot spread, but it works just as well with the Wisdom of Trees Oracle as it does with the traditional tarot. So there's 7 cards. The horseshoe is an excellent spread to use because it allows you to examine a situation in a lot of detail and from a variety of different angles. Shuffle the cards well while asking them to tell you about the situation or problem or your life in general. Yeah. Tell me about the problem. Well, it's just my life in general. Then lay out the cards shown face downward. This is a complex spread, so take a few moments to still your body. I guess we're doing this. And your mind before you begin to turn over the cards one by one. Don't rush the process. Allow the oracle cards to speak to you through their tree symbolism. You will be learning about past influences, the present, hidden influences, obstacles, outside influences, and the best course of action, as well as the eventual outcome of the situation or problem that you are currently considering. So that's how they go. They are in a horseshoe shape, and it's like starting at the left, going around the horseshoe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Past influences. The second card is the present. The third card is hidden influences. The one at the top of the horseshoe is obstacles. And then down on the other side, number 5 is outside influences. 6 is the best course of action. And 7 is the final outcome. I wanted to say that other song popped into my head, the final countdown. The final countdown. That kind of song. It's the final outcome. All right, so let's do the horseshoe. I wasn't planning on doing the horseshoe, but I started reading it, and then I was like, dang, I guess we're doing this. All right, that means I have to move you way over. I don't even know if I have enough room to do this here. All right, I will make it happen. Good Lord. All right, so I'm going to shuffle these cards well. I'm going to shuffle them well, and then I guess I'm picking all 7 at once. And they're going to tell me about my life in general. So think about if you got a problem or a situation. Think about that right now so that you can get your own messages. So, okay. Whoa, 3 cards just jumped up. Dang it. I guess we're doing it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. That's weird. I was like, how should I pick these cards? And then like they were like, here, bitch. I mean, here, darling. Yeah. All right, this one I'm gonna do the obstacles and outside influences, top and bottom. Although it almost seemed reversed that I wanted to do bottom and then top. Well, then switch the damn cards, Sadie. All right, I switched them. So if those ones seem a little wonky, it's because I switched them. But okay, now we need to do the best course of action and the final outcome. Best course of action. That's what we're really... That one is the bottom for sure. And the next bottom one is the final outcome. Okay, so if we need any clarity, we can always look at the top of the deck. All right, so let's see here. Does this even look like a horseshoe? I don't know. If you say so. If If you say so. All right, so there it is. Yeah, sure. I'm trying to make it look like a horseshoe like it does in the book. Okay. All right, ready? Are you ready? This is so exciting. We're doing something different on the Friday. We're actually following a spread that's in the book, the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle. Okay, so past influences. I don't know these cards by heart, so I'll have to look in the book. Past influences is the giant redwood. The present is elm. Our hidden influences is horse chestnut. Our obstacles is the olive. And our outside influences, hornbeam. Hornbeam? Outside influences. Now, the olive and hornbeam, I wasn't sure, I switched them, remember? So our obstacles and our outside influences could be kind of wishy-washy. All right, the best course of action is camphor. That's new. I never pulled that card. I never pulled that one yet. And the final outcome, Scots pine, which is a log cabin in a winter wood. So the final outcome is that I will be alone in the woods. Great. Okay, during winter. All right, so here we go. So giant redwood is the past influences, so we'll look that up. There is a buck, like some type of a reindeer or buck, a deer, in front of a huge tree. You can't even see the whole tree. That's how big it is. So that's going to be our past influence. The elm tree is in, it looks like there's some cows grazing near it, and there's a stream, a watery stream, but it's a huge tree because the cows look small. And okay, the horse chestnut, it is just a close-up picture of an opened up shell. The horse chestnut has this spiky seed pod shell, so it's opened up and we're actually looking at the nut. The olive tree, it's got like a little, maybe it'll be up here. The olive tree has a little hollowed out, maybe like burrow hole in it, and there is an owl. Wait, is that a teapot? Let me grab this card. There's an owl in it, yeah, with like a teapot and a seashell and a flower vase and a feather it's a little brown owl. But it's really sweet. It's like we're in the little brown owl's house. That is our obstacles. And outside influences is hornbeam, which hornbeam could have been the obstacle and olive could have been the outside influence because I was crazy. But hornbeam it shows the trees. There's a stool and some type of a knife. Like there's been some type of a crafter sitting there working on something, and he has some twigs bundled up now. You don't see the crafter, but it's his work is he was there. The camphor, the best course of action, has a steaming bowl of the leaves or flowers, probably leaves, maybe the flowers, and yeah, it's steaming up, which makes me want to take a deep breath. Right, just a thought of camphor. Maybe we just need to breathe through everything. We'll find out as we look in the book. And then Scots pine, the outcome is, there is a woodpecker on the tree, but yeah, it's like winter. There are little candles. There is a path going to the cabin, and there's candles like in the snow lighting the way to the path. And there are footprints going to the cabin. So, maybe I'm not in there alone. All right, the final outcome. Stacy's gonna get some. All right, so giant redwood. let's find the giant redwood to see what our past influences have been. Giant redwood, I know we've pulled this card before. It's all about majesty. It's all about, I think, influence too. So the Deva says, I am renowned for my stateliness and my awe-inspiring size. I am majestic, and I can teach you how to attain your potential too, so that you are able to create your own power in the world and express your true self. So whatever has been an influence in our past has been huge. Like whether it's been like like we've been kind of brainwashed in a lot of parts of society. We've had major influences, whether they've been education, our family, you know what I mean? Like, think about it. Whatever has influenced us in the past is huge. You know, and I can't tell if this is upright or not, really. I guess it is probably more reversed. Yeah, it is reversed, even though it's laying on its side. I guess as I look at the other ones, this one would be reversed. So it says one area of your life is becoming such a dominant force, or has been such a dominant force, that it is starting to crowd out everything else. This might be a temporary situation, or it might be more permanent. But either way, it is leading to a lack of balance that must be readdressed. So it's like our past influences, the main thing has been something that's been so huge that it's crowded out other things. Our past has led to imbalance. All right, that makes sense. So yeah, of course the redwood is saying too, like, you know, maybe we've underestimated ourselves in the past. Okay. But like, it wants us to know that we do have a lot to offer. We may not have always realized that. We may have felt inadequate or lacking self-confidence or self-worth, and that has been our past influence. So it's okay. Giant redwood will be here for us to show us the way and to help with that. But just know that's been, you know, yeah, your past influence. Okay, that makes sense for me, for sure. All right, so let's jump into the present. So yeah, we may have not always felt worthy or good enough or big enough or majestic enough, and we may have had our life in balance, being overrun by just one big theme or, you know, whatever. But it's time to probably move into balance. But anyways, let's see where we're at. Elm is the present. And Elm, let's see here, is all about communication. Ugh. I mean, I'm a great communicator, but I still have the vibe with communication. When it's communications that are not flowing or not comfortable or not fun, yeah. So the elm deva has lived beside humans for thousands of years, and she is our friend. Her wood is pliable, and the leaves feed livestock. So that's why there's the cows, because they like to eat the elm leaves. I can teach you to connect wholeheartedly with those in your life, so your relationships become stronger and more satisfying. So yeah, right now it's like we are looking for more. Our present situation is one of looking for more connections, stronger relationships, better communication. And she says to be clear when talking to other people, so they are able to understand exactly what you mean. Dropping hints or expecting others to read between the lines of what you're saying will only lead to confusion and resentment. So don't ever expect anyone to understand how you're feeling or what you mean. Like, be direct, be clear. If we're having any trouble in our communications right now, it's because we are not speaking our mind openly, honestly, and clearly. So that's our present moment. our present might also, she also says, is someone being completely honest with you at the moment? It is possible that they are not telling you the truth for some reason. Keep your wits about you, especially if you are involved in negotiations or important discussions. Yeah, so I have both of those actually going on in my life right now. Like, I could be more honest within my marital status right now. Like, hello, this is not working for me, but it's what it is right now. But I also know on an intuitive level, this mother trucker has much to hide, and he really cannot be trusted. Faux show. All right, but it's like, so yeah, I see why communication is in my present, but we don't need to go there. Actually, we probably do. We probably do need to go there eventually, sooner or later. But yeah, so I can get my cabin in the woods and get my lover in there. My real lover. All right, full moon, leave me alone. Full moon, please have mercy. All right, so next we go to the hidden influences, which is horse chestnut. Let me find it here. All right, our hidden influences is horse chestnut, which is consideration. All right, let's see what the Deva has to say. My shiny brown fruit has many practical uses, yet children enjoy playing with it too. I can teach you how to consider the advantages and disadvantages of everything you come across to help you gain greater wisdom and understanding. So our hidden influences, we do have to look at the advantages and disadvantages. And that might be influencing us positively or negatively doing that. Like sometimes you get caught up in making that pro list and that con list, Write down the pros and cons. But that is influencing us. And we do need to weigh that out. You should do that before you make any big decisions. Like, what's the pros and cons of me living in the woods? What's the pros and cons of me living in town? Or what's the pros and cons of me just staying where I'm at and putting up with this bullshit? So yeah, we've got that going on. I just want to say that I do remember playing with horse chestnuts as a elementary school child, because they had one at the school that I went to, the Immaculate Conception Catholic school that I attended, because all my aunts went there. And so even though my mom was not a practicing Catholic, she was in fact a single mother working 2 jobs, and I think I got free tuition and free lunches, so I went there. And it was great. I had actually a good, positive Catholic experience. Like, I know there's a lot of dirt, black, dark, evil dirt coming up now within the Catholic industry, the Catholic machine, when you find out some of the shady shit they've been doing and disgusting stuff. But I personally had, from what I remember, an amazingly positive experience going to this small private school. So it's not everybody's involved in darkness, but yeah, it's like, whoa. So anyways, getting off on a tangent, this is our hidden influences. So let's just read what else she's got here. She says, okay, so hidden influences, something is puzzling you. Yeah, it's called my life. Hold it up to the light of careful thought, and do not be in too much of a hurry to solve the conundrum. Yeah, and I got that. We've gotten that message too. It's like, changes are coming. You have to make decisions, but don't be in a hurry. It's like, okay. Sometimes the answer is slow to arrive, so do your best to be patient. So yeah, there has been this hidden influence of impatience, just kind of like, I wish I could know what the heck's going on now, as I see 22 on the timer. So let's see what else she says. Try to avoid rushing to judgment or arriving at instant conclusions, because these may mean you have ignored important considerations. Be particularly careful not to assess other people's actions at a superficial level. So even though Elm was like, yeah, like there might be more to the story, Horse Chestnut is saying, yeah, but don't jump to like a verdict right away, like until you've really assessed it all and made all the considerations. So that's the hidden influences. Got it. You're not so hidden anymore. Okay, here we go. So the next two are going to be obstacles and outside influences. And just remember, I did switch the cards. So why do I doubt myself? Okay, here we go. Olive is going to be the obstacles. Olive. Trying to see what color border that has so I know where to find it in the book. Okay, olive is all about sanctity. Okay, olive is all about sanctity. So the obstacle is sanctity. Don't you want to know what hornbeam is too? Did I get these right? Let's see what I just want to peek what hornbeam is. Hornbeam is strength. Oh no. Our obstacle is not strength. We are strong, strong. So I was correct in going with my intuition that it was this olive that is the obstacle. And then strength is going to be our outside influences. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay. Thinking of it, strength as an outside obstacle. Like that makes strength maybe be negative. All right, we'll get to that. All right, the Deva of the olive tree wants to say that the olive branch is a universal symbol of peace. So let me show you how to create a greater sense of harmony in your own life and to invest all your actions with sanctity and significance. So has peace been an obstacle? It's the obstacle. So what she's saying is, because this, it might be an obstacle to get to peace, to get to that sense of harmony, create a small area in your home that is sacred to you. Decorate it with special objects and spend time there each day, either sitting quietly in contemplation or meditating. Honor this space and keep it special. So I kind of have that going on with my bed. Behind me, I have a Tibetan singing bowl and my two big rock friends, a smoky quartz and a kind of looks like a rose quartz, but they're a huge handful chunk of each one and they're raw. And so I have them sleeping behind me and a gold lamp and some peacock feathers on the other side. So I love this space. I do try to keep it sacred now. And, but yeah, it's a great place for me to be. So another obstacle that Olive Tree wants to bring to our awareness is that we might be too self-critical of, ourselves. So stop being so critical of yourself. Continually finding fault with your actions, appearance, or words is draining your energy. Holy crap, that's totally me this week. If you always do the very best that you can, you will have no reason to chastise yourself. So even today I'm being self-critical of my potty mouth. And yesterday I was being self-critical of my body. And it's if we're always finding fault with ourselves and our actions, it's just really going to drain our energy. And that's going to lead to a lack of strength. And it's just saying, you have no reason to chastise yourself. You need to honor yourself and create a space that you also honor, and that you can go there and contemplate or meditate, right? Because that's kind of what horse, chestnut, and elm was leading up to. You need to think about things. You need to meditate. You need to receive guidance. And you best receive guidance when you quiet down and go within. So whether the obstacle of attaining peace is outside of you or within you, the solution is within you. Yeah. Find more peace within yourself, and you will have more peace around you. Okay, so that takes us to our outside influences. The 5th card on our horseshoe. Hold on, can I find it while I'm finding the hornbeam? All right, hornbeam is about strength. And the Deva says, I am one of the forest's strongest trees. I can help you withstand the pressures and strains of life so that you grow from the experience and become more secure and confident. So our outside influences, yeah, it might be a lot of pressure in life, might be some strains in life, but we are going to do this because we are strong. We are one of the strongest trees in the forest, so we can handle it, and it's only going to make us stronger, going to make us more secure, going to make us more confident when we grow from the experience. If we don't grow from the experience, it can knock us down, right? But if you have something that you can grow and learn from every experience, it's just going to add to our security, self-confidence, and our strength. Yeah, our self-worth too. So let me just read here. You have great strength of purpose and of character, and others admire you for it. But you must show understanding to someone who is faltering and full of self-doubt. Don't be too hard on them, or you will make the situation worse. That's interesting, because it's like outside, looking at it as outside influences. Yeah, it's like I have to understand that like my husband is going through his crap, and he probably has a lot of self-doubt. He's totally faltering. He barely is surviving. And yeah, if I'm too hard on him, it's going to even make the situation here worse. Ooh, good message as far as outside influence. So Hornbeam also wants to say that this is a good time for us to work on new ideas, especially ones relating to personal projects, and to cultivate our creative talents. So yeah, it's like put your energy into your projects right now. These will lead to fresh opportunities, and your renewed enthusiasm will rekindle your passion for life. Yes, this is absolutely what needs to happen. Regardless of what our outside influences are, or who they are, or what they are, we do need to channel our energy into our projects and into our self-growth, our self-worth, our self-realization, and whatever it is that we're passionate about, whatever talents we own true to us, as our law of identity was talking about today. Like, you are you are like no one else. You have your own sense of beingness. So there's going to be something that is unique to you that you enjoy doing. For me, it's getting up every day and talking to my iPad and putting out a podcast and communicating these messages. I love these cards. I love working like this. There's other things that I like too. So it's not just one thing, but it is definitely time for me to put my energy into what I love, into my personal creative projects. Bringing out my talents will renew my enthusiasm, will rekindle my passion for life. Because like if I didn't do this every morning, I think at this point I really wouldn't have as much passion for life as I do. For definitely. That's a no-brainer right there, girl. All right, so let's get on with it. We're almost done with our horseshoe. This has been a nice reading. I'm pleasantly surprised how this has gone. We're going to go to camphor next, which is the best course of action. So the best course of action, oh, this is funny. It's clarity. So we've gotten the message to meditate, to contemplate, to listen for our guidance, to focus on our creative projects. And our best course of action is clarity. Oh, isn't this interesting? The camphor's Latin name is Cinnamomum camphora. So that's cool. It's related to cinnamon. All right. The Camphor Deva says, I teach the importance of seeing situations clearly, not only with your mind, but also with your heart. This will enable you to look beyond the way things appear to be. This will enable you to look beyond the way things appear to be in order to see how they really are, and so find peace and understanding. So yeah, like who was that? Horse Chestnut that was telling us to make a list of the pros and cons and contemplate, or was that Elm? And don't jump to conclusions. Yeah, it's like saying like the best course of action is to find clarity within your mind, within your heart. This is our second message about peace, finding understanding. And this is also another message for the best course of action, to set aside some time to be by yourself. Then practice some slow and steady breathing. All right, I need a drink. My throat had enough. It was like all this reading from the book. Like, you needed a drink right now. All right, so that's fine. I took the book with me so I wouldn't lose my page. So Camphor is saying to set aside some time to be by yourself. This is the best course of action. And then practice some slow and steady breathing. I keep getting this message, so I'm really going to quit procrastinating and really get it back into more of a everyday meditation and breathing. More air. We need more air. This will help you to clear your mind so that your difficulties become easier to analyze and you gain greater understanding. So the best course of action is to stand back from a troubled or perplexing situation. For sure. Like, just stand back and breathe. Yes, absolutely. And then we're going to get clear. And then we're going to know what to do. And then we're going to have peace within. And it really doesn't even matter what the heck happens at that point, because when you're peaceful, it just sort of makes everything okay. And you'll be okay with whatever happens. She also says that you cannot see the entire picture if you are only looking at a small part of it. So that's why it's like, step back and see the broader picture. If you're like caught up in the drama, you can't see the solution. You can't see the other person's perspective. You can't see what's really going on. You are blinded by this personal chaos that's going on. And it's like, dude, step back, breathe, gain grander, greater, broader perspective, because you cannot see the picture if you are only looking at a small part of it. This will lead to confusion, narrow vision, and an inability to understand anyone else's point of view. So the best course of action is to step back, get out of the drama, step back, breathe, meditate, slow down, clear your mind so that you can see clearly, you can gain greater understanding, and that our difficulties will become much, much, much easier when we follow the advice of camphor. All right, sounds good to me. Let's go to the final outcome. The final outcome with Scots pine. Let's see here. Scott, where are you at? Scott, what's up? So let me see here. The outcome is Scots pine, which is construction. Scott, he's a construction worker. He can build things. All right, you guys, seriously, the full moon is screwing with my hormones hard. But I know this will only last a couple days. Okay, let's see what the Deva from the Scots pine has to say. She says, my straight trunk has been valued for thousands of years for building ships and homes. I thrive even in foul weather and harsh conditions. Let me show you how to construct a richer and healthier life for yourself. So thank you, baby Jesus. The final outcome is constructing a richer and healthier life for ourselves. Are you like so excited for this? So she says, are you building the life you want? Or do you feel dissatisfied because something is not working out in the way you would like? Look beyond the day-to-day difficulties to gain a clearer view of where and how you need to make changes. Okay, so we're getting another message to look beyond, look above, get your broader vision going on so that you can see clearly. So we have a huge message of clarity with this horseshoe spread. To look beyond, look at the bigger picture. It's like, look at it from your higher self. What lessons are you learning? Which direction are you heading? Which would be the right direction to head? Do your life review right now. Don't wait till the end of your life. Like, life review right now. Are you building a life? Are you creating a life that you're satisfied with? Or is there a place in your life that you can love more? You can create more. You can be more of who you are more. Scots pine is just saying, like, is your life cluttered with too many commitments or possessions? Are you holding on to them because you truly need them, or because they are familiar and you are unwilling to discard them? Perhaps it is time to let some of them go. We do this with stuff, we do this with commitments, and we do this with relationships too. Are you just holding on because it's familiar, or is it time to let them go? So if there's anything, the final outcome, it's like, if there's anything in your life that is not serving you, it is time to release them now. It is time to let them go. It is time to let all the stuff and the junk and the bullshit and the litter in your life, it's time to let it go. Recycle what you can, reuse, reduce, but at some point, donate it to Goodwill, let it go. Can I energetically donate to Goodwill some of this stuff that is not serving me? Yes, you can. So the final outcome is one of construction. And it's like, now is the time for you to start building the life that you want. Yes, This is your life. Law of identity gives you 100% full permission to be who you are, to do what you like to do, to love what you love to love, and to create the life that you want to live. Wow, yeehaw, little doggy. These are some amazing messages today. I might actually have to listen back to it so I can really hear it, but I'm hearing it now, y'all. It is like, take that time for yourself. Go within, find that clarity, gain that peace, right? Make those connections. You can do this. You got to learn these lessons. You got to let some stuff go, but you are building the life that you want to live. So construct your life. Start to construct your own life for your highest good and the good of the all, and breathe. And yeah, let the clarity come in. So wow, thank you so much to the horseshoe spread. That was fun. So much love, thanks, and appreciation. Shout out to giant redwood, to elm, to horse chestnut, to olive, to hornbeam, to camphor, and to Scots pine. Thank you. That was such an amazing way to end our Friday podcast. We'll be back here Monday. And we got a lot to do. And by a lot to do, I mean we have a lot to sit, meditate, and contemplate, and feel, and figure out, and see clearly. And yeah, step on back, get that broader, greater perspective. Step on back from the drama, step on into the peace. All right, on that note, so much love to you. Go and construct your life. You got the strength to do it, for sure.